Hello, our viewers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening once again. As usual, Kiyemba, Lwanga, Evelyn, Allen is my name. And I'm happy to be with you. I'm not alone. And I'm here with a guest who is very familiar to you. And I believe you are going to still enjoy this second part of this show. Last time we were talking about cluttering, and decluttering. Before I invite my guest to come in and say hi to you, I believe there was some. You picked up something that you took stock of yourself, and you got to know exactly what you were, and how you ought to declutter, how you ought to clean your life up. But we are going to yet talk a little more about that. But before I delve into all that, let me ask my guest, Brian, as usual, to say hi to you. Brian, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. Like yes. I say, I'm always glad to be on the show.
Yes.
I love the responses. I love the fact that people are learning together with us.
Yes.
And I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. By the way, it's a learning process for all of us.
Yes.
Somebody might think that, for you already know.
No.
We keep learning, and learning never stops. Brian, we are talking about cluttering and decluttering.
Yes.
Last time we defined what clutter was, and I got quite a number of questions from people.
Okay.
They wanted to know, yes, cluttering, but exactly what are the characteristics of a cluttered mind, a cluttered life?
Yes.
What are some of those things which really show that somebody's life is cluttered?
That's an interesting question or highlight.
Yes.
A cluttered mind is a mind that is unfocused.
Unfocused.
Worries a lot.
Okay.
And never gets things done. Why? Because they are always focused on so many things.
Oh. Okay.
They call it multitasking.
Oh, okay.
But multitasking is not exactly a right item for a person to have.
Okay.
You need to get done with one thing at a time.
Okay.
You see, God gave us the ability to do so many things, but He wants to do them perfectly.
Perfectly.
1 Corinthians 14:40, I think, says, do things in an orderly
Let
way.
all things be done decently and in order.
In order.
Yes.
So that's God. God is speaking to us. So if someone,
an orderly God.
if someone has a lot of programs that never get achieved, that's a cluttered mind.
It's a cluttered mind.
Yes.
It's very true.
Yes.
Because you cannot, although they tell us that women are the only creatures who multitask.
Yes.
And I think it's true, because
I'll tell you why. I think personally, even men can multitask. But it's the difference is that men are very brief, women are detailed.
Okay.
That's the only difference.
Yes.
So if you're doing so many things, mostly the women will take stock of what they are doing,
we do,
and they want to complete it in perfection.
Yes.
So that's why we call them perfectionists sometimes. But the men, they want to do this, leave it going, do something else, leave it going, do something else, leave it going, and actually never get anything done.
So they don't have the finishing anointing.
If you say that, yes.
Okay. So when so this person's life is actually so disorganized.
Yes.
Full of unfinished business.
Unfinished stuff. Worries a lot. Unfocused. You want to achieve a lot in a short time. You don't like the process. In fact, the best explanation is a cluttered mind doesn't like the process. If you look at so many of us, the young people, want to get rich very quickly.
Yes.
And we want to get there where that man is, where that woman is. We don't know the process. Yes.
Which took them to where they are.
So it brings about clutter. You want to do this, you want to do that to get there.
And eventually you find yourself not accomplishing anything.
Yes.
And frustrated, like you said. Okay. So our viewers, I think you can now, we've answered your question of characteristics of a cluttered life, a cluttered mind. Now, last time we talked about education.
Yes.
We clutter in so many areas.
Yes.
But today, I want us to zero down on education, because it's a problem which has really risen up among many young people. Not only young people, by the way, even mature people.
Yes.
You know, they found out, I'll give you a scenario. They find out that they go to school. Yes, I want to do this course, I want to take this course. And along the way, maybe the guardian or the parent tells them, I want you to change to this. Or they themselves, they feel that, no, I don't think I now want to be an engineer.
Yeah.
I think I want to be a pilot.
Yeah.
Along the way, when they're in their second year,
yes.
No, I don't want to be a pilot. I think I want to be a businessman.
Yes.
Now, what would you have to say about that?
Now, remember we talked about a cluttered mind?
Yes.
Someone who is unfocused.
Yes.
Worries too much.
Yes.
Always thinking of the future.
Yes.
Okay, it's not bad to think about the future. But in a worrying state, thinking about the future is more worrying than someone who takes one day at a time.
At a time, yes.
Now, you've asked the question of what do I have to say about someone who has focused their energy in doing engineering?
Yes.
And then along the way, they feel it's not fun anymore.
Yes.
I need to do
pilot.
I need to become a pilot. Well, I think for a person like that, first of all, you have a cluttered mind. You are not focused in accomplishing a certain goal.
Okay.
Because look, if this is what I want, I take stock of it.
Okay.
That, okay, I want to start a fishing business. What does a fishing business entail? What does it necessitate me to have? If I take stock of whatever that I need, the journey will be interesting.
Will be easier. But don't you think it needs you to first discover who you are?
Thank you. That's a very good point. I need to know, first of all, who I am. But you see, sometimes knowing who you are is like a journey.
Okay.
It's a process.
Okay.
I can say that I'm a good singer.
Okay.
But along the way, I feel more inclined in training upcoming singers.
Okay.
I sing as well, but I feel comfortable associating with upcoming singers and bringing out the talent that they have.
In them.
Now,
Okay.
that one you realize along the way. I've seen footballers who started out playing football, but their passion actually is coaching.
Yes.
You know, so later in life, they get into
settle down
coaching
into
and
that.
they succeed in it.
They do it so well.
you may find that this person initially wanted to be an engineer, but along the way, you've had friends, you've had your guardian say, I think you can become a pilot.
Yes.
You've seen this, seen that.
Yes.
And it kind of clutters in your mind. It kind of piles onto your actual
What you
vision.
already have.
So that's what we call cluttering.
Yes.
So you have this idea, you have that idea, you have the other idea, and you bring them and settle them onto your main course, your main idea, which covers it. So along the way, you start to think, no, I can actually become a pilot. No, I think let me become a footballer. So you never accomplish anything.
Yes.
Whereas some people actually do. Some people actually do. They will do the engineering and finish it, and then add on to that piloting, and then add football, and then add something. Some of them actually do.
But does it really bring out the desired results? Because I would imagine if you are too much cluttered, then you're not going to settle down. You cannot be a jack of all trade.
True.
Because it says that you can't be, if you're a jack of all trade, then you're not going to be a master of, you're going to be a master of none.
Yeah, you're going to be a master of none.
Yes.
That's true. That's why I brought it up, because someone watching could say, but me, I studied everything and I'm not bad, I'm not cluttered.
But are they doing that?
You are actually cluttered. Whereas I don't want to put someone off who desires to study, desires to amass knowledge.
That's not our...
it's a good thing to have knowledge.
Yes.
It's a good thing to have an all-round knowledge.
To be all-knowing.
Yes, because sometimes you can learn into a good space.
Yes.
And someone needs you to say something.
Something about that.
About something, so that you gain that connection.
Yes.
But I'm talking about someone who you've identified, someone who desires to do something specific. Your desired dream is engineering. And then you come along the way and I tell you, but I think engineering is a boring course for you. You look like a footballer.
You distract me.
Yeah.
Or
So,
I allow myself to be distracted.
Going back to your point, I do not know who I am, first of all, and why I want to become this person. Because remember, in life, the word evolving in a Christian circle does not sound nice.
Yes.
But in an explanation setting, it's okay to use the word evolving.
Yes.
As I grow, I evolve into the person, the character God wants me to be.
Yes.
So as the journey keeps going, I keep understanding who I am. But if I allow people, circumstances, things around me to dictate my passion, it sometimes becomes a clutter instead of a blessing.
Yes.
Because I don't know who I am, but I want to achieve all these things so that they can see me for who I've become. But that's not who I am.
Exactly. And it's not going to help you.
True.
I think anything that is not going to result into your onward thrust and welfare.
I like that word.
I think it turns out to be clutter.
Yes. It's like, okay, let me give an example.
Yes.
It's like I go to town. Someone has just blessed you with 2 million shillings.
Okay.
And he says it's free, don't do it, it's yours. Go and eat, enjoy, there's more coming.
Yes.
So you go to town and as you're walking Kampala Road, the man stops you and tells you, I have this bag. And it doesn't look like your usual bags. It's not in your setting.
Yes.
You say how much? The man says 70,000. You have 2 million shillings. It's 70. 2 million. Give it to me. But the question is, Brian, do you need the bag? That's the thing. You see, so along the way, you're walking down, someone brings a nice phone cover. I mean, you just bought a cover yesterday. And then the person says, this cover is nice, it protects the phone. Waterproof. You just have a waterproof cover. And you say, how much? The guy says, for you, I'll give it at 20. So you're thinking, 20? I have 2 million.
20 is nothing.
Give it to me. You see, so end of the day, you go back home, you've bought all these things, and then you want to find space where to keep them. That's what we are talking about, cluttering.
Yes.
You don't sense it until it's already in the store.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so education is not bad. Acquiring knowledge, information is not bad. But we must acquire information which is in line with what we are doing.
Is it necessary?
Is it necessary? Do we need it to help us move ahead?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
That's the big question right there.
Yes.
So for everyone who is studying something, are you studying to benefit you? Because look, if I can invest in myself, I'll say it again. If I can invest in myself, then I will be a blessing to many more people.
Exactly. To those
but
around
if I am investing for those people, then I'll never be a blessing to them. There's a difference.
Yes.
So many people read for status. Some people call, I want to be among the elite.
When I die, I want them to read my eulogy.
Yes.
She had this PhD in this, she had this,
Others, it's just a distraction. Like you've failed at something and then you're saying, I am going to show them that I'm not a failure.
Yes.
And so you pay for this nice course. Of course, it might benefit you, as in academically, but you probably are not going to use what you're reading for.
That's my argument. Are you putting it to good use? Whatever you are acquiring.
So that's why I said in the first time when we talked about cluttering, we need to be able to evaluate ourselves. Take stock. What do I need?
Inventory of ourselves.
Inventory. In fact, it's never too late. So many people you meet along the way will think, I am now 42 years old, I'm 72 years old. It's too late for me. It's never too late to take stock.
It's never.
You see, Moses started at the age of 80.
Yes.
To actually make influence in the world.
Yes.
The kingly kingdom where he was is pretty much, they don't even write about it too much. It's the after. When he went to that mountain and God told him, hey, I have had my people. So there is that period where you come and be true to yourself and say, you know what, I have a lot of skills, stuff, talent, academics, which I am not actually using. So can I take stock of myself and know what's necessary? And that's the person we are talking about today.
That self-discovery.
Yes.
Okay. Now, while we're talking about all that, I think it's also prudent of us to talk about, like we slightly talked about it, how to declutter. Maybe we can delve more into that.
Yes.
Now that I've taken inventory of myself.
Yes.
And
what do I do?
What do I do to set my life now on the right track so that I benefit myself and those around me?
That's an interesting one. I like to break it down into 3 aspects.
Okay.
1, what to keep.
What to keep.
2, what to throw away. 3, what to improve.
Okay.
Or what I can keep. What I can, utilize. It may not be necessary there and then, but I might need it.
Yes.
So I'll start with what to keep.
Okay.
Now, I gave an illustration the other time that when you look at a wardrobe, if you're going to arrange it, you have to de-arrange it first. First remove everything, put it down there, and then take stock. Now, that's where most of us fail. Why? I'm talking about decluttering.
Yes.
Well, how do you do it? This is the period when everyone is going to come against you because you're releasing yourself, you're exposing yourself. This is the time when you take inventory and say, you know what? I have had several of these friends. I'm going to pull back, okay? Because they are not beneficial.
They're not beneficial. We always keep referring to the prodigal son.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because he must have sat down and taken inventory of himself.
Yes.
And understood that, no, this is not where I belong. I'm a rich man's son.
Yes. And he's never chased me out.
Exactly.
So in this period, these friends are going to start to criticize you. They'll arrange things and you're not going there. They'll call you for things and you're probably not going.
Yes.
And they'll start gossiping about you.
Yes.
Probably they'll talk about the errors you've made. Talk about the things that you're not doing well. And this is a period where you feel maybe I should break my routine of inventory and go back to my normal life. It's very tempting.
It's like when you've just gotten saved and
yes.
you used to go to those places.
It's like that.
And now you are no longer going to the parliament, that parliament.
Exactly. The second thing that happens is that you start to save a lot of money, but then you look poor, you look broke. Because now you're taking stock and saying, I don't need that, I don't need the other, I'm not going to do panic buys. So people looking at you will think, wagwamo, or you are broke now. And there's a temptation of showing off that, hey, I still have 10 million in my account. I can easily buy a car just like that.
Yes.
So there's that temptation when you're decluttering.
Yes.
Third thing, I'm giving examples of the first inventory stage.
Yes.
So your own family is thinking, you had this all along. It's like when you remove the clothes and put them there, and someone sees something you've never put on this suit.
Yes.
You're so mean.
You mean you even have this?
You're so mean.
Yes.
How can you have this and never? Because now here you're taking stock of yourself, and some of the best gifts of yourself will come out. We see when you pull back, people don't like to do solitary time. Yes. Solitary time is very, very important. Meditation.
Yes.
Take some time off. Switch off the TV, switch off the phone, switch off
away
everything.
from people.
Yeah, just have that quiet time. You'll get, most of the scientists that we've had have had quiet times and they've invented things that have blown us away.
Yes.
In this time, you're going to discover yourself. They might give you one of those 2 jobs that are out of your comfort zone, and you do them so well. And your own family will say, you see, you have been selfish all along. We didn't know you even could do that, Yes. And some of this time you feel terrible about yourself because you're taking stock.
Yes.
But it's a good process.
It's a good process. It's
good
not a good process. It's a nasty one.
It's a nasty one.
But the end justifies the means.
Yes, that's right. So after doing this inventory, you're going to know what to keep.
Okay.
Because through this time, you're realizing who your basic friends are.
Okay.
Remember, you've pulled back. The ones who were just the cream, those friends that are jumpy, they'll
convenience,
convenience. They'll just
friends of marriages of convenience.
They'll just walk away and say, you're bad. You don't have to be with us. You go. But first of all, you're bad. Those ones will walk away.
Yes.
Then the basic ones will stay. They'll ask you, what's happening? How are you? What can we do to help your life become better?
Are you still normal?
Are you still normal? And then because you're taking inventory, sometimes you push them away because you need your private time. You're fighting for it. You're fighting to be normal know to be who you're supposed to be. So
yes.
sometimes there's that push, you push them away. But there's the ones who stick.
Are the ones.
So you know who to keep. You will know who to keep. Then as you're taking stock of yourself, you realize the talents you have. You will know, I need to keep this.
Yes.
This is beneficial.
Yes.
For some people, they realize that, hey, I was passionate about children. In this time when they're alone, I'm passionate. I should do a daycare. I should do a business in children. And then you realize that it's booming. It starts to pick up. You know, God
you
brings.
begin getting ideas.
And let me tell you what's so funny. In this time, God brings the things that He has required of you for a long time.
Yes.
This is the time someone will come along at home and tell you, but I've been thinking about you doing children thing, and that's the thing you've been thinking about.
You've been thinking about.
See, I've been thinking about this, and so it just kicks off like
Things just
that.
begin falling in pleasant places
And
for
then you know what to keep. That's the time you know what to keep. And then the second thing I talked about is you know what to throw away.
Okay.
Remember, we are dealing about decluttering.
Decluttering, yes.
So if I put the clothes here, if I am true to myself, I'll fit on some things.
Yes.
And because of age, and you'll find that the coat does not tie anymore.
Yes.
And you're thinking, why does it pile in my
Take
wardrobe?
up space for nothing.
Yeah. Let me find someone to bless. So this is the time where you
begin blessing others.
You begin to bless others. You say, let me let this go.
Yes.
Let me let that person go, because at the moment we are not connecting.
Yes.
He's not helping me, I'm not helping him.
I'm not helping them.
So
they're not adding value to each other.
I don't hate them,
Yes.
but I think for where I'm going, I will probably meet them again in future.
Somewhere along the way.
So you begin to throw away certain things.
Yes.
Maybe you're a nightlife person. Every time you make 100K, you go at night and
Club it.
spend 110.
Yes.
So then you realize you're not making money.
Yes.
So then you say, you know what, let me kick off the night. I may do it once in a while. Maybe you go sit somewhere, have tea with someone, one off, but not every day. I can spend sometimes. So you kick off some things.
Yes.
So remember, you are decluttering.
Yes.
And the process is not, I've explained it like in a few minutes.
Yes.
But it's a process.
It's a process.
You can't tell, like a child, you tell a child, don't go near the fire. I will beat you.
I'll beat you.
Don't. And you look the other side, the child is going.
We'll just go there.
Towards the fire. So it takes a while. It takes a
Yes.
process. Sometimes you may give up.
Yes.
Sometimes you may feel like, I need to just stop this and go back to my friends. Can I pick my phone and call those other old friends? But let me tell you, if you're on this journey of decluttering, you must be intentional.
Yes.
Very intentional.
And focused.
So the third thing that I've categorized is know what to keep for later.
Okay.
Sometimes in life, you may have, for instance, people who at the moment, they are what I call, they are a nail in your side. Not a bad nail, but a nail that propels you to where you're supposed to be.
Okay.
And those people in your inventory stock taking, you feel like, I need to dwell with these people. They're just
on my nerves.
My goodness, I need to get rid of this
Of
person.
them,
But yet in retrospect, you look at their lives and you think, I need what they have. They've created the wealth. They have amassed the knowledge they need. They have done the businesses they have done. They are growing other people. I need them in life.
Yes.
So one of the things I need to do for myself is find out who I am.
Yes.
Then I can go back to this
them,
person,
yes.
because now they will not dictate
No.
for who I'm supposed to be, because
No.
I already know that.
You've already identified what you want to be, who you want to be.
Yes, I just need a specific thing from them.
Okay.
Know how to grow my business,
Okay.
or know how to do this education, or know
Okay.
how to start this. And that time you'll need them. But in this time, you probably want to stay away from them because you don't know who you are. So those people you don't throw away, you keep close.
Okay.
You keep close. Then there are other things that you've probably been doing personally, maybe grow businesses, start stuff, and at the moment they're just draining you because you've not amassed the knowledge or the capability
Not
enough
mastered it.
to start that thing. You
Okay.
don't throw it away.
Okay.
Because people sometimes start business and say, that business won't work. Don't even try it.
Don't even try. It
You know,
doesn't work.
It doesn't work. You start a ministry. For the pastors watching, you start a ministry. And there's a struggle. There's a struggle. And you're thinking, I need to quit. I need to give up this thing. No. Go and study what what you need to study.
What you need to study.
Go and receive from God.
Yes.
Take time off, stock take.
Yes.
And then you come back to what God has called you to do. It's not that you're releasing it entirely. You are just,
discovering.
There's a Greek
yourself.
word, a Hebrew word, which is called zitzum, which
Okay.
means withdraw tactfully,
Okay.
that you may come back
Come
magnificently.
back magnificently.
So it's a thing that we need to do all the time. So the three things I've talked about. Four actually. One, do stock take.
Stock take.
Find out who you are. In this period, you're discovering you. Get time for yourself. Invest in you. When you do that, you begin to understand what you need to do.
Don't you? Was that the reason why Moses went to the backside of the desert?
Yes. He needed some time away.
Okay.
And usually in that backside is where we meet God.
Yes, and he met God.
It's where God finds you. You remember John chapter 1 still, there's a man called Nathanael.
Yes.
He was sitting under a tree.
Yes.
The translation of that, when someone sits under a tree in the Hebrew setting,
yes.
they are either you're troubled, you're fidgeting about something. Elijah did the same thing. He sat under a tree.
Even Jonah.
So it's a state. So God sends, I think, Philip. Go and call for me Nathanael. And Nathanael said, is there anything good that can come out of Nazareth? So he was in that state. So you could be in that state. But listen, you should know what to keep. You should know what to throw away. This one, no one will tell you. It's when you take inventory of yourself, it will come to you. You will know. You see, we depend on so many people. It's like when you dress up, mommy, in the morning, and then you go to someone and say, how do I look? You've just handed over the power and authority
to the other person.
Exactly. And the person has a right
to say all sorts of comments.
They can just destroy your day that same morning.
Even if you came out of your house knowing that you were smart.
Exactly. Their word alone distorted the whole morning. In fact, most times you end up going back to the bedroom.
So we ourselves allow people to declutter. To clutter our minds and our lives.
Yes, we give authority to people.
Okay.
It's like the things we watch. Sometimes you watch something. I've been hearing some people complaining about work, lockdown, work. And sometimes it rubs on. It rubs on. When something doesn't go your way, you say, I think it's because of lockdown.
Because of the COVID-19.
Because of COVID-19.
The pandemic.
Yes. But yet, actually, in your normal setting, you'd actually override that.
There's an opportunity which you're not taking advantage of.
Yes.
Okay. So, as what would you have to tell our viewers as we are winding up? Because really, it is something which has troubled so many people. Especially, we keep a lot of friends, a lot of staff who are not adding value to us. Yes. And we feel so guilty in throwing. Let me tell you one scenario. I have a friend of mine. I told her, you don't need this blanket. Yeah. She told me this one was given to me by my grandmother. I cannot throw it out.
I wonder how it looks like.
Oh my God. You need to see it.
So what I would say to someone first is decluttering the topic itself, or cluttering, is not an obvious topic. It's not an obvious thing that people think about.
Exactly.
You could be watching right now and you're thinking, I'm not cluttered. My life is organized.
I'm okay.
I'm okay. But in the actual sense, you are cluttered. This is what I'm going to tell you. One is that the thing for you to find out that you're cluttered is, do you always believe in your opinion? Do you always think about the investment that you've put in yourself? Do you always think about the things that are beautiful on the inside of you? Or you have to get someone's opinion? Now listen, if you get someone's opinion about anything in your life, that means one, you're either not confident of yourself. Secondly, is you do not know who you are. Okay, there are things you can ask, especially someone who knows above you. But if you ask the obvious things every other time, that means you need to declutter. You need to believe in who you are. So listen, take stock. Sit back, take stock of yourself.
Okay.
Realize who you are. Realize your potential. Realize the gift you are in the world, what God made you to be. And the only way you can do that is to step back a bit and get into that solitary place.
Okay.
Discover what God wants you to be. When you do that, it doesn't matter what you've done before or what you've failed in or what people are saying about you. Take stock. When you take stock, you get confident, and your esteem gets back up.
Okay.
When your esteem gets back up,
yes,
you will have a drive to do what you want to do.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I have
Reminds
to
me
say.
of Samson.
Yes.
Although we'll talk more about him in the other
Yes.
in our next topic, but
Yes.
you know, he didn't have to listen to what the people around him were saying.
Yes.
What he knew was that even if I don't have eyes, even if I've been I've been made blind,
yes,
but I still can.
I still have the strength.
I still have the strength.
Yes.
And he did marvelously.
Amen.
So, our dear viewers, I believe that we have been blessed and we have discovered exactly what our lives should be and what we are. If you really cannot take stock of yourself, if you don't know who you are, if you always have to depend on other people to make decisions for you, you know, I tell you what, Brian, I have friends abroad.
Yes.
They can ask you to do something for them.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they'll still go and call Brian. Brian, is it so? ABCD?
Yes.
Then they'll call like 10 other people
to find out whether it's so.
Whether it is so. It's okay. The Bible says that in the multitude, I mean, in the matter of 2 or 3 witnesses, let every matter be what? Established. But I mean, you can never go places, you can never take strides when you have to ask for everybody's opinion.
That's right.
Okay? So that means everybody's cluttering you with a lot of information. And that's why we find many times we find ourselves so drawn back.
That's right.
Because we fail to make our own personal decisions.
Yes.
So, as a matter of fact, it's time for us to declutter. Go into that solitary place. Go to your backside of your desert.
Yes.
And sit alone.
Yes.
Talk to yourself. Talk to your God. And discover exactly who you are.
That's right.
Discover exactly what you want to be. Discover exactly what you need in your life, who you need in your life, and whatever you don't need, you don't need them. You can never be a friend of everybody. You can never have everything in life.
That's right.
You can never keep everything in life. So, our dear friends, we hope that you've been blessed and you are going to live clutter-free lives. You know, when your life is full of clutter, it's heavy. It's heavy. It's really heavy.
Yes, it is.
But when you are, like you actually quoted a scripture, Brian, in the beginning of last session.
Yes.
When Jesus said that, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." So go to that backside of your desert and in that solitary place, take stock of yourself. Declutter, declutter, declutter. On top of that, don't forget, we still have the pandemic with us, and we have to keep our lives safe by wearing our masks. Don't forget to sanitize. We have our sanitizers. And always wash your hands. In case you're in a place where there is no water, always move with your wipes.
That's right.
So that you always have to clean yourself up. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening to us. We believe you've been blessed. Watch out for yet more. Don't forget to subscribe on all our social platforms. We are yet to come back with more and more topics, very interesting, that are going to help us live fulfilled lives. Remember, this is a year of restoration. So for you to be restored, you need to declutter. God bless you.